It looks more correct than the last one. It actually looks like an old-fashioned. Feels like something Batman and Bruce Wayne would drink. I'm sure we'd have a very nice bourbon in the manor.
I can never figure out these intros. For whatever reason, when I start one, I want to start off with the Elvis trumpets. I don't know why. It just speaks to me a grand entrance. By now, I start these all off random. But here we are, today's special video, right? So this took the internet by storm, particularly actually just me, maybe. Well, no, the internet, I don't know, but breaking news, boy Robert Pattinson, Bruce Wayne, officially declared the Old Fashioned as the official drink of Bruce Wayne. Now, I know there's the whole, does Bruce Wayne drink, does Batman drink debate with the canon, with the lore. Me specifically, I think you gotta get a little liquid with the lore. That's what I've come up with, a little loosey-goosey with it.
Loosey-goosey, baby. Loosey-goosey.
See, these things always contradict themselves. So to me, we know Dark Knight Returns, the son of a bitch was drinking all the time. We know the ginger ale, throwing it, faking it, but Jim Gordon basically said in the comic and in the movie, he ain't fooling anyone with that shit anymore. You're sucking down about 40 of those sons of bitches and you ain't fooling anyone anymore. So, in my point, I think Bruce Wayne might enjoy a nice cocktail, old-fashioned, He's retired. Now let him enjoy himself a little bit. So Robert Pattinson declared when he made these Vogue videos, he did a cocktail for every one of his films and 3 he loved. For the Batman, he declared the Old Fashioned as the drink of Bruce Wayne. Now, truth be told, I've never actually made one of these before. So his was him doing it blindly. I'm kind of doing it blindly myself. Now, I've definitely rode in the coattails of a lot of people's charities and killed a couple free ones down at the bar, but I've never made one myself. So I'm going to completely spitball this and make the official cocktail of Bruce Wayne, the Old Fashioned. Now, like I said, I've never made one of these before. This is completely me going in blind, looking up all the ingredients, getting them, and just making this. So believe me, I love a good cocktail. I love making them. This one I haven't made, so I know there's a lot of die-hard cocktail savants out there that are going to probably almost die the way I put all of this together, but that's kind of the beauty of me just running into this organically, just like Pattinson did in that, and figuring out how we can do it. So here we go. So first little guy, not quite the official old-fashioned glass I would prefer, but it's what we're working with now. First thing, a little bit of a sugar cube in there. You can't see it, but a little bit of sugar cube in there, and you want to put water on it. Now, the reason for water is that, please, if you're ever making a cocktail, don't go buy simple syrup. Simple syrup, it's a poor man's way to make a cocktail, but it's sugar and water. What you want to do is throw the sugar cube in here, a little bit of water, you got your simple syrup. Now, step 2 is the most important part, a little bit of Pendleton whiskey. Ain't nothing a little bit of Pendleton whiskey can't solve. So the recipe, the traditional recipe, says about 2 ounces now. Now, I'm just like any professional. Pattinson had what he called the little, I don't even know what they're called too, the little measuring. He said that they're a little hat.
But like, how much you can fit in the little hat?
That he threw it in. I don't have one of those. 2 ounces. I'm gonna spitball this. If I get 2 ounces, great. If I get 3, 4, 6, I'm gonna pour. And when Jesus tells me to stop is when we're gonna stop. Yeah, we'll go right there. That's about it. That's about it right now. And full disclosure, I did try to do this, but as you can see, the clock behind me, 2 p.m. now. When I went about making this, it was 10 a.m. Now, truthfully, an old-fashioned at 10 in the morning just sounds like a normal Friday to me, but for the respect and maybe my younger audience out there, I didn't want anyone to think I was too early of a day drinker. So we're redoing this, 2 p.m., good enough for an old-fashioned for me. There's our Pendleton whiskey in there. That's just what I chose. I don't have a particular favorite at the moment, but Pendleton's what we had in there, so I'm running with that. Next up, a little bit of bitters. Now, I've always known these go in there. I have no idea what bitters actually are, though. Don't know if they go in anything else, if they're mixed for recipes, ingredients. I'm not sure, but you know, anytime you ever see anyone do it, it's always very like, whoop, whoop, very, very fancy little just drop like that, you know? So we're gonna do that. It says about 2 or 3. Make sure to get that, you know, that. So here we go. Little boop, 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 boop. Mistakes were made with the bitters. I had to do a little bit of a cleanup, but bitters in. Now, I'm ashamed to say a proper one of these should have a very delicate, nice, you know, respectable, big, round, or square ice cube in there. It really gives the atmosphere of a good old fashioned, the look of it, the coolness of it. I have none of those. So again, sorry to the, you know, old fashioned savants out there. I'm gonna use whatever, you know, cool European style, whatever it is, you know, ice cubes that are gonna come out of that fridge next to me, which are gonna be cubed. This is so embarrassing right now. Like, I don't even feel right putting these in the glass, but I'm sorry, everyone. That's all I got. That's all I got. So, I'm sorry. A little bit of ice in there. And to finish it off, the final ingredient, nice orange. Well, as Pattinson described it in the video, it's a little bit of a garnish. I've never been very good at this, actually. But you just want a little bit in here. And then Pattinson did this. I'm gonna do this just out of respect for him. But his little orange pill, they gave little cowl ears in it here too. Let's see. This looks so bad. Yeah, that's my little Batman garnish in there. But we're gonna swing that around the glass. I honestly don't know if you're really supposed to do that, but that just seems the norm with everything in that. Drop that in there. Now, some people like throwing cherries in there or some other things on top of it. I'm just going strictly with the basic recipe you possibly can for all of that. And then you're supposed to stir it before the orange. I just realized that. So erase, reboot, forget what you had there. All right, now we add the Cal Orange. That's the next and final step in the process. And you have a very delicate, poor man's looking, old-fashioned, the official cocktail drink of Bruce Wayne that any normal 28-year-old just casually day drinking at 2 p.m. So the official drink of Bruce Wayne, the official cocktail, the official old-fashioned. Now, I know in turn, if you watch my channel or anything like that, you know, everything that any of the Bruce Wayne actors do, I always say Bruce Wayne. Now, I guess with this video and this drink, he does say it is the drink of Bruce Wayne, and he envisions him, you know, sitting in the manor, you know, sipping on one. So me, myself, and, you know, maybe other people might just take it as, yeah, we're going to start saying this is the official drink of Bruce Wayne, or at least his. Now, of course, you could still stand on the side of Bruce Wayne not drinking alcohol, which I totally respect, you know, and I respect that lore. But just in terms of finding different ways to celebrate this character, as I do, and looking for different ways, you know, I would figure most people would never imagine making a Batman video and it's him making an old-fashioned. But that's kind of what I'm searching to do more unique with my videos, and really just finding more unique, different ways for the community, the fandom, and just all these different ways to celebrate this character, what we love about him, the serious stuff, the fun stuff, the random stuff, just all in all, just a big way for us to, you know, really keep talking about this character that means a lot to so many people. You know, one of my best videos, or probably one of the best performing videos I ever made on my Instagram, is actually contradicting this entire thing about him not drinking, and the different variations of way writers and directors have actually kind of danced around him getting rid of alcohol or pretending to drink. But, you know, I personally, like I said, liquid with the lore, loosey-goosey. If Bruce Wayne wants to enjoy an old-fashioned, it gives me just enough reason to enjoy one myself. So, the official drink of a poor man's old-fashioned, but I can envision it now. Me sitting in Wayne Manor, Ace the Bat Hound by my side, bitching at Alfred Where's Dinner, and good old Andrea Beaumont on her way over to spend time. Yeah. Cheers.